Exactly what is going to happen to Metro Manila if a 7.2 earthquake that will be generated by the West Valley Fault strikes? What scenario will play out in terms of rescue and relief? But first things first, where can we find the West Valley Fault? This report. The best view of at least a portion of the 90-kilometer-long West Valley Fault is from, of all places, a cemetery, the Loyola Memorial Park in Marikina. If you drive into the Memorial Park, take the road that forks to the left. Make a right. Stop in the middle of the road and get down. Look to your left. In the distance, a few hundred meters away, perched atop a ridge, is the sprawling Ateneo de Manila University campus in neighboring Quezon City. That cliff overlooking this memorial park down below is the Valley Fault. When a fault appears or manifests on the surface of the earth, that's called a trace. FIVOLC says the Valley Fault has 3 known traces, but the most obvious one is this one that you're looking at. You can see the buildings that house the Jesuits' Loyola House of Studies and Loyola School of Theology. This is a reverse shot, a view of the valley below the Ateneo campus and the Loyola Memorial Park. There's a reason why it's called a valley fault. A valley is a long depression or low part in the land caused by movements in the Earth's surface that took place over several thousands of years, which explains why there are high and low points in the area that surround Ateneo and Loyola Memorial Park. La Vista, for example, sits on the fault. So does Loyola Grand Villas, the village right next to it, but which has a much lower elevation. White Plains, St. Ignatius, and Blue Ridge villages have high elevations, but the road steeply winds downwards until you reach the Libis area. Katipunan Road in front of Ateneo has been bustling with commercial activity, but some of it has been frowned upon and has attracted much criticism. Tall buildings that now stand on what everyone knows is an earthquake fault. A fault that moves every 400 or so years, last moved in the mid-1600s and is due to move any time. In 2004, a Japan-funded study predicted that an earthquake with the intensity of 6.5 on the Richter scale could cause 35,000 deaths. Just last Thursday, FIVOLC released an updated study that was sponsored this time by the Australian government. It has a more terrifying prediction: 37,000 deaths the instant a 7.2 earthquake hits the greater metropolitan Manila area. More than 600,000 people injured. About a fourth of that number will have serious or very serious injuries. 300,000 square meters in floor area of buildings and residences with varying degrees of damage: slight, moderate, extensive, complete, and collapsed. 500 fires raging all over the metropolis.
A total chaos.
An earthquake would be chaos, not to mention the succeeding aftershocks.
So it all boils down to this question: would we rather be in denial and unprepared, or paranoid and prepared? Government officials have warned that earthquakes are natural hazards. It's when we're not prepared that it turns into a disaster.